6 years ago, I put in a pondless waterfall right here.
First one of many.
Yes.
But then they ripped it out and put in the Hartley. So we can't put it here. We're gonna show you where Laura picked and the team that I brought in to install it.
Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer.
So Laura, 6 years ago this is the project that we met with.
Yep. I can't believe we're back to it.
So we came here 6 years ago, our very first project, put in a pondless waterfall, small, beautiful pondless waterfall. This is when you still didn't really trust us.
Yep, so true.
But you did at the end, and we got a beautiful pondless waterfall that unfortunately, after 1 year, so 5 years ago, you had to pull off, and now we're finally back to build it.
Yes, reinstall.
All right, let's go check out who's gonna be building this water feature today. So I wanted to introduce you to the builder, my son Blake.
Blake, nice to have you here.
I'm excited.
Aquascape of Utah. He's got a little bit of pressure on him because it's for Laura at Garden Answer. But this is the area that you thought would be nice.
I think it'll be beautiful right here. Right along a stone pathway, you'll come upon this beautiful babbling brook sort of waterfall situation. I think it's gonna be really beautiful.
It'll definitely add some sound, which is nice. And then you said we're gonna go pick up a bench today, right?
Yes, I want a bench and then maybe a really pretty little ornamental tree to put behind the waterfall. It'll be great.
We got some local certified Aquascape contractors, so let's check out who's going to be actually working on this water feature. Dalton, Snake River Pondscapes.
Yes, sir.
1 year certified Aquascape contractor?
Yep. Out
of Boise?
Out of Boise, yes.
Okay. And Chris, Green Source?
Green Source Landscapes.
25-year certified guy?
Yes.
So gentlemen, what are you going to be helping Blake with today?
Well, we're going to be doing a pondless waterfall, not very big, going into a Aqua Basin 45.
This is one a lot of people can install. This is a weekend project for you homeowners. So we're going to show you how that's done with Blake and Dalton and my buddy Cameron, who works with us.
Okay, let's put it all in.
All right.
All right, now that we got that shrub out, we're gonna start digging down. We're gonna clear out all this drip line. We're gonna dig down and install our basin. So this is the Aqua Basin 45. This is actually the original one that was installed 5 years ago, which is why it's looking a little rough, but it's still gonna work great. So right now we're putting the Aqua Basin into the hole to make sure everything fits properly. Look at that, it's looking good. Now we gotta make sure it's level from side to side and front to back, which as you can see, it's not. We got it level, now we're gonna start backfilling it in, right? Okay, now we're gonna have to carve out this edge a little bit more because our plumbing goes right in the side here. We're not gonna have enough space. So we're gonna pull it out, we're gonna carve a little bit out, and then we're good to backfill it. This is our access panel. So we want the access panel to be here because our final drop's gonna be down into the basin. If we have a big rock sitting on the basin, it's gonna be right where that access panel would be if we rotated it. The plumbing's a little longer, but it's gonna be a lot easier to do maintenance on in the future. So we're putting this underlayment over so as we backfill, we're not just kicking a bunch of dirt right into the basin. That's just gonna keep it a little cleaner. Now we're bringing the 2-inch pipe over to hook up all the plumbing before we backfill the basin. All right, so Cameron right now is hooking up the new plumbing. Then we're gonna run our pipe through this trench that I'm digging right here, up to the top of the waterfall into our spillway.
You want it now? I feel like it could be 6 inches this way.
Laura, I have a compliment to give you. Last time we were doing this, you were a little more nervous than this time.
Yes, I'm totally relaxed.
You are relaxed because you've seen us do this.
Yes.
Even with Blake here, you're totally relaxed.
I trust you, Blake. You'll be proud.
All right, we got all of our plumbing hooked up, run up to the top of the waterfall. Now we can backfill this basin and start going on our waterfall. All right, this is our rock selection. We got to figure out which ones we want to use where, and we got to figure out how the heck we're going to get all these rocks from here over to the waterfall. All right, we got our rocks moved over. Dalton's the pro here. He's gonna kind of use his vision to set these perfectly in so that it's gonna create a beautiful natural looking waterfall. All right, Laura, your first waterfall is built. Dalton did a heck of a job with this. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm loving it so far.
All right, now we just got to keep working our way back up to the top. A couple more drops, a couple twists and turns, and this thing's gonna be wrapped up for you.
I can't wait.
All right, so we have this really unique rock here that we were able to pull that has this really cool kind of weathering through it. As you can see, nature has kind of eroded a little gap in this rock. So what we were thinking is that we're gonna have water coming over. This is gonna be like a little island, and then water's gonna flow around and then over in two separate falls here. We're gonna put another spill stone right here and another frame, so we're gonna have essentially 3 waterfalls on this one drop. All right, we made pretty good progress before lunch. Let's go eat some sandwiches.
All right, boys, just finished lunch. What do we got here?
All right, so we're dry fitting in our second round of falls. We want to have a small pooling area here that
Nice.
just takes a whole deluge of water out through this last pinch point. So we got 2 frame rocks and our spill stone. I really like how the water's already kind of eroded that out naturally, so it's gonna kick it out into this little pooling area above the basin. Frame rock, and we also have rocks that kind of act as their own frame rocks, where we have spillways cutting in between.
Yep.
And having varying heights. I like these a lot because you can also plant a lot of moss on these.
Yes, and we also collected some moss and some driftwood, right?
Of course, yes. I went out last night and grabbed some driftwood from the Boise River, got some moss from the mountains and outside of Boise.
Which is what makes it, that's the artistic elements in here. And then how these rocks all go together, this is where the art comes in.
Right.
So being able to envision how the water will flow, like you said, I want to pool an area up there. And then the number one thing to avoid when you're building a waterfall like this, especially onto a smaller basin like this, is?
Don't make it too tall, because it's going to end up looking like a volcano. So we want things to be nice and cohesive in working with the landscape here.
And we're going to build a berm out, but it has to be proper slope over angle. So biggest waterfall tip, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, is don't make it look like a volcano spewing in. Proper slope over angle with the berm. You don't have to make it, but you can still do a lot of creative stuff with the stone that you're doing. All right, back to work, boys.
Great job.
All right, we've completed our first fall. We added a second little drop here with this awesome piece of driftwood that Dalton got. And then our third fall, this is my favorite one for sure. I'm really excited to see how this looks once we fire it up, because in theory, we're gonna have 1 drop here, 1 drop here, and 1 drop here. So now we're working on our 4th and potentially final waterfall using this awesome piece of driftwood we have. We're gonna try to get water spilling over this. We're just trying to backfill everything, make sure everything's working from a structural perspective before we really hammer in how this waterfall is gonna look from the artist perspective. All right, now we're hooking up the spillway, waterfall spillway up at the top here. Just getting our bulkhead around so that we're not having any water loss. It's gonna create that watertight seal, and then we're gonna run our plumbing up, glue it in. So right now, Dalton, well, right now he's putting moss on because he's awesome and went out last night and got a bunch of moss. Before then, he was throwing waterfall foam in. This waterfall foam basically is just gonna allow the water, instead of going back behind all these rocks, it's gonna go up and over the rocks. So it's gonna redirect the water exactly where we want the water to go. It allows us to kind of dictate where it's gonna flow. So that's the point of the foam. Dalton did a heck of a job with it. We got it all plumbed up here. So this pipe goes down to the basin, comes up, you got the watertight seal on the bulkhead. The water's gonna shoot out this spillway diffuser right here. We got our basin down at the bottom. We got our first falls. We did a lot of fun stuff here with this wood here. Kind of give us a falls here, and then we got 1, 2, 3 ideally waterfalls coming off here. So we're condensing a lot of waterfalls into this small space as we're working our way up with the foam, with the moss, with the gravel. Now we got up top, as we're wrapping this up, we got another falls here, and then we're trying to get a drop here and a drop coming around here. That'll make a really cool effect. All the water's gonna be pushing out of this spillway. So all we gotta do now is just fill in this last little wall here, this last little wall here. Dalton's throwing the lights, getting all the edges cleaned up, and of course finishing this top section, and then we'll be good to go.
I love this thing. I really do. It saves my back so much. I love that you guys created this rock ceiling. I really do.
It allows us to be able to move some pretty big rocks with no equipment. So that's what we need. Just a little piece of fabric with some handles, good to go. Damn it! We're good, we're good.
Good?
Yeah, yeah. It's all you. Jump, watch your toes.
Ta-da! If you weren't filming, I'd ask for a hand. So this is how you keep the guys fueled and motivated when it's, what, 87 degrees out? Still not bad, but a little bit of Dutch Bros caffeinated stuff for the afternoon. Hey, drink time.
Oh my.
Look at that.
Yum.
Oh, I like it, Dalton. What I love, I mean, I don't know what you think. 1, 2, 3, feng shui.
Yes.
All right. Did I teach this guy well?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Blake, have you been listening to the boss here?
Of course.
Okay.
Good.
Good. Has Chris been listening to you?
No.
Good work. Come on, get a drink, guys.
All right, we're in the home stretch now. Dalton's been killing it, doing these edges, making them look really nice. What we're really focused on now is building this retaining wall. Along the back, you can see Cameron's unloading some rocks that we're gonna build to fill in the rest of this retaining wall, pull up all this liner, tuck in those edges, and cut that liner down so it's all looking good, buttoned up all the way from the bottom to the top, and then we're ready to fire it up.
Okay, so now that the waterfall has been set up, we're just gonna place some plants around and kind of add the fluff around the exterior. We'll get them in the ground and it's gonna be really beautiful.
This is always the fun part, the decorations on the Christmas tree. The plants will make or break a project because it softens up the borders. And when you got a master gardener like Laura on the project, you know it's gonna be spectacular. This is my job always at the end, painting the rocks. All right, we ready to fire this up? Oh, that light's so good.
Yeah, it is.
The sun's hitting it perfect. And that water will get clear in 24 hours. Good job, guys. Not too shabby for one day. Experienced crew, but every water feature is a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation, but as you've seen, the process to build it remains the same. I got a question for you, Laura. Brian and I and Chris built the first one. Blake and Cameron and Dalton did the second one. Which one's your favorite?
I am not going to answer that question.
Yeah. You guys answer the question in the comment. Which one do you like more? The one we built 6 years ago, the original one, or the Dreamstream 2.0? This beautiful pathway with roses and bushes. You would never think you'd get any more beautiful, but if there's one thing that you can make garden area even more beautiful, it's an area like this. The pondless waterfall at Garden Answer has finally, after 5-year hiatus, been reborn. Listen to that sound. What can you put alongside this gorgeous pathway that would have a bigger impact than a decorative water feature. Nothing. And this bench that we got at Mom and Dad's place today, this is the view. Would you just sit here forever, read a book, have an iced tea, have a coffee in the morning, and just relax and listen to that sound? I would. This is why I say I love my job, because I can see what artists create. And of course the lights, it's a golden hour right now, but soon the lights will come. We got a puck light there, a spotlight there, but that was put in, folks. We finished an hour and a half ago, and look at it's all look like it's always been there. Obviously the decorations on the Christmas tree, the plants are super important to do that, but it's the little things. It's the creeping Jenny, it's the moss, it's the use of the logs, the offsetting of the logs. I love, this is my favorite waterfall. And the reason it is because I could imagine this thing being, instead of 3 inches, 3 feet, or 13 feet with giant boulders. It just looks like it's been shrunk down and miniaturized. It's the little things. It's finding a stump that has been gnawed on by a beaver that will now be a perfect little perch for a robin or a cardinal or a blue jay to get a little bath in between. The hiding of the waterfall diffuser up here, the spillway, you can't see it. And of course, that is the goal of any artist, to make it look like it's already been there. And when you're an hour and a half in and it already looks this nice, folks, I think I'm gonna turn off my camera and just sit here and enjoy this. I love my job.